Tweety Bird is on top form in Catty Cornered. This is the 1953 cartoon directed by Freleng and of course stars the voice of Mel Blanc as Sylvester and Tweety Bird, of course. And in this cartoon, there is a threat to Tweety Bird as Rocky the gangster has kidnapped him for ransom. And of course, Sylvester takes the opportunity to try and rescue Tweety, and of course I'm using rescue in inverted commas there, because he wants to eat Tweety Bird, but things don't necessarily go to plan, and he starts to get some attention that he hadn't expected. I won't say what happens, I won't spoil completely how the narrative unfolds. I do think the concept of Tweety Bird being kidnapped for ransom is a little bit weird. Like, I don't think that... I'm overthinking it. I'm definitely overthinking too much about the narrative here and what they're expecting to get for Tweety Bird. Because the main fun, of course, comes from the way Sylvester responds to this and how people respond to Sylvester. That's where the comedy comes from. The fact that he is stolen for ransom or kidnapped for ransom, I think, is secondary. Even though it's kind of the main crux of the narrative, it's secondary for the enjoyment. At least in my opinion. Maybe you like that aspect of it, I don't know. But I think Tweety had some of the best dialogue in this. I thought he was a lot of fun. I can't really say why without spoiling too much of it, but I just think that the way he responded to Sylvester was very cute, especially at the very end, which I won't say anything about. It's not my favourite. It's not my favourite Sylvester and Tweety cartoon, but I did thoroughly enjoy it, and I think Sylvester in this is very sweet, sometimes very cute, obviously very mischievous and up to no good, but I think the treatment of the character was brilliant. Obviously Mel Blanc is fantastic. That doesn't need to be said. So Catty Cornered is not my favourite Sylvester and Tweety by any stretch, but if you haven't seen it and you're a fan of the cat and bird, definitely check it out. I think you'll find it to be a lot of fun. Yes, the gangster aspect of it I just thought was unnecessary. Well, I say it's unnecessary. What would the plot have been if that wasn't there? So it is kind of necessary to some degree, but I didn't find it to be very clever. There was just something about it that didn't sit right with me. I didn't think it was essential. I didn't think it was well thought out, which is unusual because Sylvester and Tweety cartoons usually are very cleverly done, very well crafted and very well executed. Here, not quite as much, but it was still enjoyable. If you're a fan of Sylvester and Tweety and haven't seen this, definitely check out Catty Cornered.